beautiful words there, Carmen. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh. So I know we all just had dinner, so if I can get everyone to please stand up, shake it out a bit. I don't want you guys yawning, so this one you know there's military present in the room, taking charge of the room. Have a seat, please. Thank you. So as introduced, I am Sarabjot Singh Anand, and I'm a lieutenant in the Royal Canadian Air Force. A bit of background on me: born and raised in Chandigarh, Punjab, in 1992. Came to Canada in 2004 when I was only 11 years old, in grade 6, actually. Came to Canada, why? Well, first off, I didn't have a choice. My dad moved here. But he brought the family along, and it was the land of opportunities. It was the land of opportunities. We wanted to do something bigger, better, and spread our Sikhi around the world, in Canada, in this case. Military did run in our family. So my grandfather actually was a warrant officer in the Indian Air Force. And it's funny because he was a radar engineer back in the Indian Air Force, and here in Canada, I am in charge of a radar squadron. So it's funny how things work. Thank you. Now, as I said, military ran in the family, but when we came here, we didn't really know what kind of opportunities there were. People say, yes, come to Canada, come to America, go to UK, it's the land of opportunities. But what opportunities are there really? We had no idea. I knew who did, the guidance counselor. So we went to the guidance counselor at the school. Went to the guidance counselor, hey, my brother started talking, so he's 2 years older than me, 27 now, but back in the days he said, I want to be an astronaut. You know when a grade 8 kid says, I want to be an astronaut, the counselor looks at them and says, wow, this one's got big goals. Let me tell you, he didn't end up being an astronaut. He's working at Amazon in Seattle now, so that didn't work out. But the counselor told us, you know what, that's a long-term goal, that's your adult goal, and it's something to work towards. But for now, start small. Start small, why don't you join the Air Cadet program? And we're like, okay. And what does the Air Cadet program help you with? So it's a program, if you guys don't know already, it's for youths from 12 to 18, promoting leadership skills, communication skills, just public speaking. Dress and deportment, we all, us coming from Indian background, love dress and deportment. We have a strong warrior spirit. So I joined that. We both got our pilot's license through the cadet program. I was flying a plane before driving a car, so I don't know how that works out, but it's legally allowed in Canada. So my military career. So did the whole Air Cadets thing, and I found out about Royal Military College of Canada. I kind of knew that's the direction I wanted to go into. Especially that my grandpa was in the Indian Air Force, and he had that little bug at the back of my head saying, you know, he wanted someone in the Anand family to join the military. Doesn't matter what nation you're in, but they wanted the Sikh warrior spirit to continue on. So it was an honor and a pleasure when I found out that I got accepted at the Royal Military College of Canada. So I want to cover what I've done so far before we go through what my life was like at the Royal Military College. So first summer basic training, that's like what every single person does in the military. It doesn't matter if you're Army, Air Force, or Navy, everyone gets a standardized training, right? Second summer, I did my French training. So, je suis bilingue, I speak French, je parle français, and that's what you require to be an officer in the Canadian Armed Forces. Third summer, Common Army Base, by far one of the worst trainings I've done. It was brutal. It was at the Infantry School of Excellence in Gagetown, New Brunswick. In hindsight, fun stories, but those 10 weeks, oh man. I'll show you some pictures after. And then fourth summer, graduated at the Royal Military College of Canada. So that's actually me in the field when the Common Army Base I was talking about. They gave us a shovel, a pickaxe, a backpack and a rifle and said, go dig trenches. So it was literally what you would see on HBO or TVs when you watch World War I, World War II documentaries, trench warfare. It's because you have to learn what our ancestors did, learn the tactics, and then you can improve upon them. And that was actually me sleeping in the field with a bug net. That's how you stay away from mosquitoes. So postings. Right after RMC, May 2015. May 15, 2015 is when I graduated, and I was immediately posted to Canadian Forces Base Bagotville. I'll show you where that is in just a moment, but that's 2.5 hours north of Quebec City. So it's in a very isolated, francophone-speaking area. You want to order your Tim Hortons coffee, you better speak French, because you're not getting your Tim Hortons coffee otherwise. And then I was posted to CFB Kingston January 2016, and this is when I got my trade qualification. That means I am now officially qualified to do the job that I'm supposed to be doing. So my trade name is Communications and Electronics Engineering Officer. My background is in computer science, and we provide the classified network capability, radar capability, getting internet in the middle of a desert through satellite communication, radio comms, that kind of stuff. So we are the communication supports to the Royal Canadian Air Force. And then, once I was fully qualified, got posted to CFB Trenton about 2 years ago, and got 1 more year of CFB Trenton before I get another posting. Who knows where it's going to be? Hopefully somewhere in Canada, could be international as well. Keep my fingers crossed. So this is a quick map of where I've floated around so far. So number 1 was CFB Bagotville, way up in the north. Number 2, Kingston. And number 3, Trenton, Ontario. And you can see somewhere in the middle there's Ottawa. So that's where we all are right now. So with the military, travel the world. In a short span of years I've been in the military, seen the United States, Iraq, Kuwait, Czech Republic, Bahrain, Scotland. And I'm sure that list is going to get longer and longer and longer, and I can't wait. But now that you know where I am right now, where I started, let's backtrack a bit. Let's backtrack to the Royal Military College of Canada. As Carmen mentioned in the brief, or in the bio, college was founded in 1876. I was super excited. First day of university, military university, so it's not too fun. There's a lot of marching going around. But first day of university, I get there and my staff looks at me and says, "Oh God, you don't know what you're gonna wear for your headdress." I was like, "What do you mean?" There's Sikh officers in the Canadian Air Force, in the Canadian Army, in the Navy. They have turbans. What do you mean, what am I going to wear for a headdress? Well, it turns out RMC had 5 of its own uniforms. So it didn't wear the uniform that I'm wearing right now. It didn't wear the uniform that I'm wearing to work right now, my combats. It had 5 of its own uniform. And no one, until I showed up, had a turban and went to RMC. So the college was founded in 1876. That's 10 years after Canada was confederated in 1867. And this was the first. So there was a lot of challenges that I knew that were going to be coming. But it's how you look at it. Was it really a challenge? I don't think so. It was more like an opportunity for me. Right? It's how you look at things. So first turban Sikh officer, my mission immediately was, I think this is a great opportunity. I have a turban. No one has graduated from this academy with a turban before. I already stand out. Now I gotta take advantage of this. So this message is actually for the younger adults that are out there right now in the room. You know, the Guru gave this crown to us, and we're already standing out of the crowd. Now it's up to us to figure out how to take advantage of this. We're already one step ahead of the game. So my mission became community outreach, educating others, and paving the path for the future Sikh cadets at the Royal Military College of Canada at the time. So we started off, oh, that's laser. So we started off with the dress regulations. I knew the challenges that I faced, I didn't want someone else to face after my graduation. So following my year of enrollment, there was more Sikhs, and at one point we had 4 turbaned officers at the Royal Military College of Canada. I guess it was just the best 4 years of my life because more and more started coming in, and I was excited. So we came up with a working group, and we said, we don't want other people to go through the same challenges we did. Let's write this in the rule book. And we made it official. So this is actually a screenshot of the publications in English and French, and these are the dress codes, or part of the dress codes of RMC. It tells you, and there's multiple pages, I just have a screenshot, but it tells you with what uniform, what turban you're wearing, what ribbon you're wearing, what 50 you're wearing, what dimensions of your ribbons are, how you're going to wear it, all that jazz. And I believe that was a great accomplishment on behalf of So now no matter what cadet goes, if you have a turban or not, if you're a Sikh or not, everyone will be self-aware of this is in the regs. So first off, it's a good knowledge base for everyone else. And second off, if you are a Sikh cadet, well, something's in the rule book, right? Something's in the rule book and it'll guide you that day one, you're wearing this uniform, you got this turban on. So while my time at RMC, this is the Chief of Defense Staff at the time, General Walter Natinchik. He invited me over to the Toronto Sikh Gala in Toronto, Ontario. And he was giving his guest of honor speech, and something that really caught my ear, he's a Polish background, or from Polish descent, and when he made it to the Chief of Defense Staff, which is the highest ranking military officer in the Canadian Armed Forces, someone wrote him a letter. Someone from his community, his Polish community, and said, we made it. So I took that and I said, I'm going to take this opportunity I have at the Royal Military College, and I'm going to make sure everyone who is in the military is going to see me as a soldier. It doesn't matter what my color is, what turban I'm wearing, what uniform I'm wearing, what dialects I speak, what my pronunciation of certain words are. A soldier is a soldier. So being in the nation's capital, Ottawa Army Run, that was the first target I wanted to pick. So I started running with 45-pound rucksack, that's a military rucksack, and running the 5K marathons over here, or I wouldn't call it a marathon, 5K runs, sorry. But that's a way of, generating awareness. So I don't want people to see, or my colleague in the military be like, does he have my back? Yes, I do. Doesn't matter what I look like, I'm still that soldier. I have his back, he has my back. And that was the intent of that. Then community outreach. And you're going to see all these uniforms that I'm wearing. They have different turbans. So this is part of the turban standard that we created at the Royal Military College with different uniforms. So this was actually at a Remembrance Day ceremony back in November. So at the same time, new uniform, new turban. So if you see the rest of the cadets are wearing pith helmets with a golden spike, what we elected to do was a white turban with a gold braid. It already looks like a royal king turban, right? So, and one thing is, what we kept in mind was, we don't want the regs to adapt to us. We will adapt to them. If we're not wearing a turban, or if we're not wearing a pith helmet, we'll color coordinate with you guys. So when we're on a large-scale parade square, there's uniformness, equality, it looks nice, appealing to the eyes. And after 4 long years and successfully climbing up the ranks, I ended up becoming a squadron leader at the Royal Military College. Made it to the top, led parades, and here we are. Like that speech General Walter Natinchik showed, Ottawa, we made it! If you can take one thing, and one thing only from my presentation today, Be the change you wish to see. Be the change you wish to see. If you have a problem with society about certain things, propose a solution. Come up with a solution, find out how to implement it, and then implement it. Right? Life is a business model. Come up with a plan, implement it. Thank you very much.